and you frequently view the lives of Northern California, there's one thing I want you to know, and that is we are regular people with normal everyday situations and problems, and everything is not always okay, but it's being able to adapt and it's being able to move forward when you don't feel like it. Money is not always there. I catch public transit quite a bit, and that is to conserve and to save money. So everything is not always the way I want it to be. I save money with food. I do what I can. And it's okay to enjoy beans, rice, and conserve money. You don't always need meat, and a lot of meat if you eat meat. I wanted to say that. And look at the glass as being half full, not half empty. It's being able to appreciate the small things that makes life enjoyable. Well, we're only here on this planet a short amount of time. It's not enough. So enjoy every minute that you have, and don't live it in fear. Appreciate your family and friends and those that are around you, and be forgiving, because you don't know what someone else may be going through. You know, one day somebody may lash out at you. You don't know why that person is lashing out at you. Maybe they had a bad day at work. Maybe their dog is sick. Maybe their teenager is acting out. You don't know. So smile and be forgiving to everyone. And don't throw aside the way that prayer or meditation works, because prayer does work. And collectively, we're stronger. Together we stand, divided we fall. So don't disassociate yourself from friends and family, even though when you're feeling less than, still go around friends and family. You may not have everything that friends and family has, but you're able to, just bringing your smile to something, bringing your jovial self to something works. You don't always have to, back in the 90s and early 2000s, it was about what you had. Now it's about what you can keep. It's about what you can save. It's not about the flashy display. Seriously, the people that have are not the ones that are driving around, flying on planes everywhere. Even though it may be nice, but keep that money in your pocket. Doesn't matter how imperfect those around you may be. Love them where they are. Start living your life where you're at. Be happy where you're at until you get where you're going. You may want to live that dream life that you see your family members have, or you may be surviving in a studio without a house. You may be in a studio with kids, a lot of kids. Be happy in that studio with those children, and realize that you have something. You've got to cherish the small things. You be happy where you're at until you get where you're going. Every day you wake up is a blessing. You praise God wherever you are and whatever situation you're in, and you have to be thankful and happy on the journey to where you're going. You can't wallow in self-pity. Remember that. You can look back on your life and say, oh, I wish I would have done this differently. I wish I would have done that differently. But look at everything that's happened in your life as a learning process. Every experience, good or bad, you have learned something from that, and you can share that experience with others, or you know what to do or how to react under the situation. Or if that situation hadn't have happened, or if you hadn't have met this person, or this hadn't happened, you would not have been where you are today. So, not all situations that throw you off course or what you would consider off course is necessarily negative. It could be the route to your destiny or to the journey that you were supposed to be on. Don't forget that. Everything that happens is not negative. So, you missed a connection. The light changed. You were supposed to be on one bus and ended up on another. Someone cut you in line. But you met someone while somebody cut you in line, and you may have had to go to another line. And you met somebody. That person ended up being your friend. Everything that happens, you say, well, why is this happening? And where is this taking me? Okay. The economy is not the way we want it to be. Pre-pandemic, or a couple years ago, maybe you shopped a lot and you ran up a lot of credit card debt, and now you're like, well, what am I gonna do? Let me tell you, you can still get that same euphoric feeling of shopping. Check out secondhand stores, thrift stores, consignment stores, online, Poshmark. You can still buy things, quality items, without breaking the bank. Instead of spending $300 on a suit, see if you can find that same secondhand suit at a thrift store. Because do you know that a lot of the big name brand stores, they do donate to secondhand stores? And I find a lot of things with the price tag still on them in the secondhand store. I don't buy everything that way. But just shopping a few pieces that are new and then supplementing your wardrobe with a few pieces that are not new, that's the way you're going to get to where you're going. That's the way you're going to be able to save money. Don't forget to do that. Of course, you want to wash them, launder them, dry clean them before wearing them, but you can find some nice things. I was at Macy's. I was breastfeeding my youngest daughter. She was being breastfed. And I was at Macy's and I had all these baby clothes, children's clothes, all ready to pay for. And the saleswoman ran my Macy's card. She goes, ma'am, your card is declining. I go, wait, let me give you my other card. And while I was doing that, my youngest daughter was going, breast, mommy. I was like, oh my goodness. I was so embarrassed as she's tugging on my shirt, trying to nurse. And here I am, flustered. There's people behind me in line, and I couldn't get the things I wanted. I was so embarrassed at Macy's. And before I could get another card, the baby was screaming. She's about almost 2, okay? And she should have been weaning by then. She's like maybe 18, 19 months, somewhere in there. So at that point, I knew I had to change something. So I had 2 children, and I got the kids, and I headed toward the door as one is screaming, like, why don't you discipline that child? I said, you know what? I never, ever want to have to go through a situation like this again, where my cards are not accepted. There's something I need to change. So from then, my mother said, why don't you save a little money, and why don't you try and get some of those children's clothes that they outgrow so fast at the secondhand store. And that's when I began utilizing the secondhand store, because the children do grow fast. And the thing is, I wanted my kids to have, at that particular time, it was Oshkosh. And I want them to have the Oshkosh clothes and the Oshkosh, shirts and jumpers and overalls that all the other kids had. Because, where we were was kind of like upper middle class at the time. So That's what I wanted for my children. And that's everyone wants nice things for their children, but they do grow very fast. So I began with supplementing my kids' pajamas from the secondhand store, and I was able to find some things new, wash them and keep going. But now at that time, I did get the kids new shoes, and then I supplemented some of their clothes. And there was a store called Capwell's at the time, and I wanted to have all these new pots and everything for my kitchen. You know, I don't have any of that stuff now, but that was something that I wanted. I had a lot of pots, mind you. I got all of those things when I married. Had a huge wedding and got a lot of housewares and everything. But there's just certain things that you wanted, and Capwell's had those pots that I wanted. At that time, they were about $150 a pot, and I just had to have them. But later, I was able to find those same pots in abundance at that time for like $5. So you may not get what you want at the specific time that you want, but if you are patient and you wait, the universe is going to answer you. Yes, you're going to get what you want, what you desire. It just might take a little bit longer to you. There's a saying in the Bible, one day to God is 1,000 years to us. So if the universe or God answers your prayer, your want, in a second, what's that to us? Okay, you might have to wait a week, a month, a couple months, a year, but it will happen. Be patient. It's all gonna come to you. What you need will come to you. God takes care of the birds, the squirrels, right? The animals. They're provided for, aren't they? Why wouldn't he provide for you? Okay? Just be a little patient. And know there's a long line. Some people get what they want quicker than others because they utilize that prayer. But you just can't pray when you need something all of a sudden. You have to be thankful. You wake up with gratitude. When the sun rises, you be grateful. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this food, no matter how humble or how much it is. Thank you for this food. Thank you for this water. Thank you for the juice, the fruit. Thank you. Wake up in gratitude, because when you are in a grateful mood all of the time, you know what you're going to attract? You're going to attract other grateful people. And collectively, everyone together, you're going to get everything you want, and then some. So be prayerful and be thankful and walk around humble with gratitude. So what you see on the Wives of Northern California, it's not always like that. You may see us consuming great food, but that's not every day. We're just normal people like you. And we have all had our struggles. All of us. Some more than others, and me more than others. But we keep going. We gratefully keep going while giving thanks. Blessings. You might feel like giving up sometime, but don't. Just keep going, because the next day may have another different opportunity for you. Never give up on life. Life is here to be enjoyed, and it's tough right now. It's tough for everybody. So don't feel alone. I love you.